Hi sparkly beings, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a special sequence devoted to the 1111 portal. That is when Pluto moves into Aquarius, and so this is kind of like a phoenix rising energy. So there's a lot of death to old parts and creating space for new parts. The chakras that are dominant in this particular transition are your Sacral Chakra, so that's your creativity, and then your third eye, which is your imagination, your intuition, and then your Crown Chakra, so that's the ethereal space outside of human form. So that's being able to connect to your higher self. So this is a period of intense transformation. It could be a radical change, possibly revolutionary thinking. This is a time to also really assess your beliefs, and you're being prompted to shed your old beliefs, old patterns, and move into a new version of yourself. These practices to help ground your creativity and your inspiration together into this current plane of existence, which is your human body and the physical world that we're in. In doing so, you can acquire more personal freedom. The real concept about humanity is that we create our own limitations. You can release boundaries and belief systems so you can move into a new space of another evolved version of yourself. We're not meant to be here on this planet to be the same all the time. You know, there's so many transitions, and that's what makes life beautiful. So let's embrace this next transition. All that being said, whenever you're ready, join me on your mat. Begin with me at the top of your mat. Roll your shoulders down and back. Gently sway from front to back, pressing into your toes and then pressing into your heels. Just getting aware of our bodies. And then gently shift from right to left. Feel the weight shifting in your feet. And gently come back to center. Roll your shoulders down and back, palms towards the front, and come into your mountain pose. So here we're engaging everything. Ribs to hips, hips to ribs. And your triceps, biceps, pecs are active here. Quads, hamstrings, calves, everything here is active. Glutes. And release. Shake it out. It's nice to start in mountain pose to help ground you and connect you with all of your muscles in your body. All right, so now we're going to switch to tree pose. So go ahead and press into your right foot. An option to either keep your foot down here, toes pressing into the earth, come to your calf, or bring the heel of your foot more towards your groin for the full version of this posture. Don't put it on your knee. We don't want lateral pressure on the knee. That's not good for that joint. And whenever you're ready, bring hands to heart center in prayer. And if you can, bring your thumbs to your third eye here. And focus on your intention of what you want to bring into this next cycle of life. Pluto is the planet of death. And Aquarius is the open-minded, philosophical, very into the community. So think about what you want to allow to die so that you can move forward and thrive. And release, hands to heart center. Release your left leg, shake it out. We're going to do the same thing on the left side. So once again, toes down here, foot to shin, or bring the heel of your foot more towards your groin. Press into your foot with your thigh muscle and press your foot muscle, press your foot into your thigh and do your best to balance here. Once again, set an intention, combining both hemispheres of the body, left and right. Thinking about what no longer serves you. You know what it is. It's been getting at you in the back of your mind recently. And think about letting it go. And gently release your hands back to heart center. Release your right leg. Shake it out. Inhale both arms out and up to gaze up. Make sure you face the front of your mat now. Exhale, forward fold, flat back, swan dive, palms towards the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins, flat back. Exhale, press your palms to the mat and step back for your plank. Inhale here and lower down to your version of chaturanga, knees or not. And inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. I'm going to go for a cobra here, so I'm dropping my knees. Pull your shoulders down and back, shoulder blades towards one another, open through your heart, and focus on that third eye space between your eyes and your eyebrows. And tuck your toes. On your exhale, bend your knees and lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Holding it here to catch your breath. Make sure your biceps are rotated towards the front. Shoulder blades down and back, shoulders away from your ears. Pressing into all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. Rooting through, regrounding yourself before we move forward. Option to walk your dog, so bend into one knee and the other, if that feels good for you. Also, if your back isn't nice and long, feel free to bend into your knees to create space in your spine. Inhale, raise your right leg up and back for a three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Inhale here to lengthen your spine and lower your left knee to the mat. Untuck your back toes and inhale to rise for low lunge. Hold it here. You want to think about drawing your tailbone down to create space in your hip flexor here. We're just going to hold this space, connecting with our sacral chakra here, rooting through our right foot, nice and long through your spine. Option to raise your hands over your head, or to stay here just with your palms braced on your knee. Inhale here. Exhale, gently lower, palms towards the earth. Tuck your back toes, lift your left knee, and straighten through your right leg and come into intense side stretch. So option to rotate the back heel into a 45-degree angle, pointing your toes away from you. And bring your forehead as close to your shin as possible without discomfort or too much strain. Once again, focus on your third eye and focus on your crown going towards the earth here. Focusing on that space. Gently rise. Maybe walk your back foot in just a little bit here. Inhale to lengthen, stay nice and long through that knee if you can, and come into your triangle. So option to have a block here, be raised a little higher, or stay wherever you are, whatever is comfortable for you. Option to gaze up if that feels good on your neck. Once again, really connecting with our hip space, and make sure your left hip is drawing more towards the back and your right hip is drawing more towards the front. Nice and long through your spine. Focus on your breath. Inhale here. Exhale. Bring both palms to the mat. Bend through your front knee and step back for your plank. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga, knees or not. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Roll your shoulders down and back. Nice and long through your tailbone, grounding it to the earth. Heart space open, throat open. Gaze up if that feels good on your neck. Focus on your third eye. Connecting with that space of intuition. And on your exhale, tuck your toes, bend your knees, and raise your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Once again, bend through your knees to create space and length in your spine. Press into all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. Focus on your breath. Biceps towards the front of the room. Shoulders down and back away from your ears. Inhale here. Exhale, lift your left leg up and back for three-legged dog. Inhale, and exhale, step it through, low lunge. Go ahead and gently lower your right knee to the mat and untuck your back toes. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine, and on your exhale, press up into your low lunge. Remember to tuck your tailbone to create space in your hip flexor. Open your heart. Option to stay here, option to be here or here. I personally feel more grounded with this space. And just breathe into that space, connecting to your sacral chakra, releasing any tension in your hips, making space for your creative flow. Inhale here. Exhale, press your palms to the mat. Inhale here and exhale, tuck your back toes, lift your back leg and come into your intense side stretch on the left. Option to walk your back leg in further. Make sure your toes are pointed out towards the back at a 45-degree angle. Option to be on blocks. Should have mentioned that on the other side. And come down as low as is comfortable for you. Inhale and exhale. If your forehead can meet your shin, great. If not, that's also perfectly fine. Connecting with that third eye space and crown chakra, going towards the earth. So your chakra system goes all the way from your end of your spine, your sit bones, all the way to the crown of your head. So it goes up through your whole vertebra to the crown of your head. And even when we're standing, we're still connected to the root chakra. It's just not right at that entry point. So here we're taking things of the physical world and guiding it to the ethereal world. So anything above the crown. And then vice versa. Bringing anything from the outer space that is not this physical reality through our imagination all the way back down into this reality. Inhale here. Exhale, shift your weight. Open up to the left. Triangle on the left. My hips are aligned. My right hip is going back. My left hip is coming forward. Lengthen my spine. I'm gazing up. Shoulder blades down and back towards one another. Once again, remember that you can come into any version of your triangle. You don't have to be as deep as me. Inhale here. Exhale, palms to the mat. And step back to your plank. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Knees on the mat. Roll your shoulders down and back. Tuck your tailbone to protect your lower back. Gaze up and focus on that space of your heart, your throat, your third eye. Inhale here. Exhale, tuck your toes. Bend your knees and lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Regrounding ourselves, pressing into all 10 fingers, all 10 toes. And inhale, raise your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Inhale here and exhale, windmill it out into goddess pose. So holding your goddess pose here, you want to have your heels in towards each other, your toes pointing out. And you want to think about drawing your knees back behind you. You also want to lengthen through your spine and bring your tailbone down towards the earth here. So even if you're up higher, that's okay. If your toes aren't turned out as much as mine, that's also okay. Roll your shoulders down and back, arms to your sides, and hold it here. Creating strength and stretching within our sacral chakra space. Inhale here. Exhale, rise. Go ahead and bring your feet parallel to the edges of your mat. Hands on your hips. Inhale here, lengthen through your spine. And on your exhale, gently hinge at your hips and start to lower your torso down. All the way between your thighs. Bend into your knees if you need to, if that feels good. And just hang here. lengthening through the backs of our necks, our upper and lower spine. And gently guide your palms to the mat. Bend into your knees. Shift your feet. Walk them in closer together and come into your garland pose. So shoulders down and back, hands to heart center in prayer. Press into your knees with your elbows and into your elbows with your knees. Stay nice and long through your back. Shoulder blades are drawing back down towards one another. Open through your heart. Feeling the alignment of your root all the way to the crown of your head. Breathing into that space. Imagine your breath moving through the wheels of your chakra system. Each inhalation pulling the breath around them all the way to the crown of your head. And each exhale pulling the breath around them all the way down to your root chakra. And gently release your palms to the mat. Lower your knees. And bring your knees together. I'll sit to the side. Go ahead and come back into your thunderbolt. So option to sit on a bolster, block, or pillow, even a blanket here. Sitting on your heels. Maybe just gently shift from right to left and left to right. Just massaging our shins and tops of our feet. And gently bring your knees to the width of your mat. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine, and exhale, walk yourself down, allowing your torso to melt between your thighs. Guide your third eye to your mat, arms outstretched ahead of you. Breathing into that space. Imagine a nice violet shade coming through your third eye. Imagine it glowing as if it were a door opening to your imagination and creativity. And then breathing that space all the way down to your hips. And gently walk your hands back towards you as you raise your torso back up. Shift your weight towards the left. Guide yourself down into a nice seat here. Maybe adjust yourself a little bit forward towards the front of your mat. Roll your shoulders down and back. Inhale here. Palms towards the sky, arms extended out ahead of you. And as you exhale, gently lower down one vertebra at a time. Nice, slow, and controlled here. Head will be the last thing to reach the mat. Extend your arms away from you, your legs away from you for a nice full body stretch. And gently bring your arms back down to your sides. Bring your knees towards the sky as you bring your feet towards your seat. Here. Inhale here. And exhale. Press into your heels and raise your hips as you tuck your tailbone for bridge pose. Really focus on your glutes and tucking your tailbone, protecting our lower backs and our lower spine, connecting to that sacral chakra, feeling the heat we're creating, and gently release one vertebra at a time. Guide your knees into your chest. Place the hands on the outside of your knees. Go ahead and shift your knees in little circles from left to right to massage our lower backs. And then from right to left. Extend the base of your feet towards the sky and grab the outer edges of your feet as you allow to bend through your knees and guide your knees towards your rib cage here for happy baby. Just opening up your hips. Opening up that space. And gently allow your feet to come back to the mat. Extend your arms out to your sides. Gently windshield wipe your knees from left to right and right to left. And then allow your knees to fall towards the left as you gaze over your right shoulder for a nice gentle reclining spinal twist. And just breathe into that space. Inhale back to center and exhale your knees to the right and gaze to your left. Opening up your chest, releasing some tension in your lower back, getting your digestive fire going. And gently bring your knees back to center. And allow your legs to come out away from you. Feet flopped open. Guide your arms closer to your sides as your palms face towards the sky and open through your heart. Focus on your breath and imagine it coming through the base of your feet to the crown of your head, back through those spindles of your chakral system, all the way through the crown of your head to the base of your feet. Inhale and exhale any tension in your forehead, eyes, cheeks, and chin. Letting go of any tension in your neck, shoulders, chest, and upper back. Releasing any tension in your arms, wrists, hands, and fingers. And letting go of any tension in your lower back, hips, and glutes. Releasing your legs, ankles, feet, and toes. Becoming one with the foundation beneath you. Letting everything sink. Feeling the space within as if you're connected to much more than just this body. As if you were drifting through space. Connecting to what is not tangible and not a part of this world. And gently bring awareness back to your breath. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes to bring movement back into your body. Re-earthing yourself with this physical vessel. Bring the base of your feet towards your seat as your knees come towards the sky. Gently shift your weight towards the left as you guide your left arm under your head as if it were a pillow, pressing your right palm into the earth. Inhale here. Exhale, gently press into your right palm as you guide yourself up into a nice easy seat to face me. Option to sit on a bolster, block, pillow, or blanket to create space in your hips and your lower back. Palms towards the sky for receiving. Open your heart. Focus on your breath. Once again, through the crown of your head to the base of your spine, and through the base of your spine to the crown of your head. Reconnecting with that intention, that awareness of the thing you must shed, or things you must shed. Awareness of the path ahead, how you'd like to show up in the world, how you'd like to recultivate yourself, create, how you'd like to connect with your community. Inhale, raise your hands up and over your head. Press palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center in prayer. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine, and exhale, gently hinge at your hips and bow to yourself. Thanking yourself for this opportunity to reconnect with your mind, body, and spirit. Namaste. I hope you really enjoyed that and got a lot out of it. I hope you feel more connected to your intentions and feel a bit of focus and strength moving forward ahead. And just remember to come back to the sequence within the next 3 days after to kind of reground yourself if you feel the need to. Definitely recommend journaling after this as well. All that being said, if you really like this, go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you feel like anybody else would really benefit or appreciate this, go ahead and share it. And until next time, keep spreading your light and namaste.